This is Somnium Space. I'm going to make my 9th video here about the sales in Somnium Space. They're in their 4th week now of road to SLO. They've already done 3 weeks, 25 parcels per week, so 75 of the best parcels have been sold already. And you can come here, download their client, and hop in for free and run around their entire map if you want to. The only thing you have to pay for is if you wanted to buy some land or you wanted to buy some of their Somnium cubes, which is their currency going through their entire world here. So if you wanted to pay for either one of those, you could, but if you wanted to come here as a tourist and just run around and see what other people have built so far, you can do that too. This is OpenSpace. It shows all of their recent sales. So if you come here and type in Somnium Space at the top, it will show you right here. These are the trending. This is the most recently listed parcels, and it's going just a little slow, but if you click on recently sold, these are all the recent sales. Now there's 5 per row here. I'm going to talk about the last 25. This is my 9th video, so Somnium sales number 9. Part 8 ends right about here. It talks about this tent and shows everything up until this point. So I'm going to start from here on up, which is a teleportation hub. So you can notice this is the ILO edition, and up here another teleporter sold, which is Indiegogo Founders Edition. These ones were purchased maybe 6 months before these ones were. This was the initial land offering a few months ago, and 25 were listed for sale, and they sold between 2 and 3, maybe even 4 Ethereum, and then the secondary market has just taken off. This one sold for 15 Ethereum. But these ones were even earlier, so these ones were about 3 or 4, maybe even 6 months earlier than the ILO edition. So if you could have bought one of these for maybe 200, I don't even think you could have used blockchain at that point. It wasn't even selling for Ethereum, it was selling for United States dollars. And it was about $200 to buy one of these. So you can see sold for 23 Ethereum. These have increased in value quite a bit too. But I'm going to open this in a new tab, and I'm going to open this in a new tab and just show you very quickly. When you look at this right here, it shows you a 200% revenue boost because these are going to be spread throughout the entire map here. So imagine, 25 of these spread throughout, and you pay $10 per month for access to all the teleportation hubs. If you're over here and you wanted to visit a land up in this corner, you quickly teleport from one of them to another one, and then you head over here. And the fact that you're putting in a little bit of money, it gets dispersed and allocated through all of the teleportation hub owners, and it gets split. So the difference between this one here and this one here is that this one is 50% revenue boost, and this one is 200% revenue boost. So when you think about it, the value should be 4 times higher than the value of these ones. So the secondary market is just like any secondary market. Prices can go all over the place depending on what the seller wants to pay and what the buyer wants to pay. But in general, when you actually place these out here into Somnium and you want them to be publicly used, you will get 4 times as much money using one of these as you will one of these. So that's the difference between the two. These are all of the sales in yellow that happened. Nothing down here in this corner of the map at all. But as you can see right here in the center, I put all of these parcels here that were during the week 3 SLO, the last 12 or 13 parcels. So you can see a gray one here sold earlier. I already talked about that in the last video. All of these parcels here, I'm going to zoom in. All of these parcels here sold in the very center between 3 and 4 Ethereum. All of the road parcel mediums sold closer to 4, but a couple of them sold for about 3.75. And then I also put with Ethereum on the edge here. These are the secondary sales that happened during the auction. So if you come back to OpenSea and look at these recent sales, you'll notice this even number 8, 6.5, 8. But then if you scroll down, you can see these with 4 decimals. These are the ones that sold during the auction. So this was the very last one to sell, 1612. 1612 right here, medium parcel. So you can see it's the furthest one back that's not touching a road. So that's probably why it sold last for the lowest price, but still 2.75. So the rest of them sold for about 3. But then these two sold on the secondary market for 10 and 10. This one sold, it's a small on the secondary market, road parcel for 2. And if you scroll up here, you can see a waterfront parcel sold for 6.5. Now, a regular medium parcel is about the size of this yellow square here or this red one. But when you're buying a waterfront parcel, you get all of that extra land right there. So this parcel is going to maybe 0.25, 0.5% increase in value because you'll be able to build a lot more on this parcel. You're going to get all of that extra land for free, and it's going to touch the water, so you can build all the way down right to the water. So even though this is a medium parcel and it says that it's a certain size, meters squared, you'll be able to actually build much more space than that. This is an island parcel. It's sold for 8. There's no water marking or anything, but when you come out here, this island is going to be very popular, so that's part of the reason that one sold for a decent amount of money. Now this one here is just crazy in my opinion because of that extra kick out. 4878 does have the water marking on OpenSea right here, so that means that Somnium Space is going to give you all of that extra land right there to the water and have all that. This is almost double the space, so you'll have basically 2 medium parcels. Instead of buying this one and the one next to it, you're actually going to buy this one and get all of that extra land all the way out to there and almost have 2 parcels here. So that's a great deal, even though it's one of the highest prices right now that's paid for a waterfront medium parcel. This is definitely still a great value. Let's see, I'm going to zoom out just to make sure I didn't miss any parcels here, but there has been so many sales. These two are just huge. These teleportation hubs are going to be huge. You can use these privately if you want to. Also, you can put them onto your private land and not accept any of the revenue sharing and just use it for yourself. So if you wanted to parcel out here and you wanted to teleport to your own parcel and not have to run out there and have other and be able to just use it for yourself, then you wouldn't get any of the revenue shared between everybody, but you would have your own teleportation hub and it would allow you to get to your land faster. Week 4, week 5, week 6, all the way up till week 10 are coming soon. There's going to be a lot more parcels, and you can see the red. Let me just X out of this for a second. Cancel. And where did I put that? Right here. This is a broader view right here. But you can see, just look at the groupings of the red. All of the parcels that are being offered right now are kind of going just a step out from where all of these red hotspots are. So it's not like Somnium is going to issue all of these parcels next week. It's going to be parcels, right around here or right around these edges over here, whatever the next hotspot is. That's where they keep doing. They keep pushing from the inside radius and getting bigger and bigger and bigger until the very last parcels out here are the last ones that are sold. So keep an eye on week 4, week 5, week 6. It's going to be very popular, and then they're going to announce when the SLO is. Right at the end of the entire 10 weeks, which is on May 28th, they might say that it's in 3 or 4 months, or they might say that it starts tomorrow. So be ready. All of these big estates are going to be for sale and stuff, so all of the great parcels are the ones that haven't sold yet. Keep an eye on the ones that you like and have a backup plan for the ones that you might want, and good luck in the SLO.